Alright, so let us look at mathematics paper 2 since paper 1 has been written, and the way it came, others complained it is simple, others said it is difficult. So either the case, we have paper 2 tomorrow. So let us revise on some topics which can help us to boost for tomorrow's paper. Then the other thing is that I'm going to present this topic under trigonometry in calculus. So this video will only consist a combo of trig and calculus. Then the next video will talk about earth geometry, stroke mensuration. Then the other video will talk about linear programming as well as statistics. So that those topics are for section B. Then for section A, of course, we know we'll talk about them as well. So under trigonometry, we need to understand now and read the format, how the questions are coming. When you compare how the question came under GCE and how these questions came today, you'll find that some questions are similar, especially when you look at circle theorem. The questions, the format is the same. So I'm going to try to refer to GC, also to refer to what you have been learning. So under trigonometry, we'll present these ethics. So we'll look at the simple demonstration where, let's say, we have M, we have B, then we have C. So only two things are involving tomorrow. Number one, it either we look at sine or they'll give us cosine. So these are the two rules which are going to focus our attention on. So let's look at the sine rule. So sine rule, this one, well, we know that if I have sine A over A, I have sine B over B small letter. So this one is representing angle, then this one is representing the side, this one angle, this one side. But they don't bring as simple as you are seeing it, the way it is. So they tried by all means to confuse you looking at the diagram. So let's say, if I have 20 degrees, then I have, okay, 70 degrees. Then they say, find okay, let me finish this one, then let me put 10, then I'll also put 6 here. Also 70, the bigger the, okay, so I'll also put 20 here, 20 centimeters, 10 centimeters. So now look at this question. Then they'll say find side A, B. Then they give you 5 marks. So meaning that once you're looking for side AB, you're looking at this side. Now this side, it has also no angle. But the formula you can use is this one. So this formula is only used when 3 variables are given, then you're looking for the one. So in this case, what I'm going to do now is that you're going to think that the triangle always add up to 180. So first I'm going to find this angle. Then after you find for this angle, this is when you can look for this side. Because angle and side we don't have. So what do? We'll say, since we know that the triangle add up to 180, then I'm going to say, okay, it's not that much difficult. Just say 180 minus, open bracket, then 20 plus 90. Therefore, 180 minus, then you have 110. Then our answer will be now 70 degrees. So here you have also 70 degrees. So 70 plus 70, you're going to get 140, 150. 110 minus, that's what? That's 70. 100, going to get 80, 10 over 70, yes. So now, after you have this, then you can look for this. We are going to say either these go up or these come down. The answer will be the same. Sine. So looking for this one. So let's get this one. So sine 70 over 20 is equal to sine 70 again over, this is it, AB. We'll put AB, the one you're looking for. Then from there, you know what to do next. From there, you know what to do next. Well, just going to say, sine 70 AB is equal to sine 70 times 20. You divide by sine 70, cancel. So AB will be equal to what? So sine 70, you multiply by 70, you're going to get that. Then you divide by sine 70, and our answer is 70 centimeters direct. So our AB is 70 centimeters. Then I'm going to give you 5 marks. So that is where the trick is. That's what the trick is. So you need to focus on those. So this is how we do under sine law. Then the last 3 questions are all constant in the same question. So I'm just going to look at one, then to cut the entire part. Alright, so don't even bother to jump this one. This one is a simple one. Then let's look at this example, which was in 2017 or 20 what? Where the diagram, this is 2024, where the diagram was something like this. Then you have R, then you have Q, then you have 53 degrees, then you have 42 degrees, then you have 16.1 meters. So PQR, then calculate the length of QR. So therefore, looking for the length QR. So for us to find the length QR, don't even worry. So what is QR? Our QR is here. So this one is very simple. If you look at this one, it was not like 90, that is height, like this. Okay, so our QR is this one. Now this angle is corresponding to this angle. Then this one has the length, but it has no angle. So like I said, so since we have this angle and this angle, we are going to add these two and say 180 minus then 42 plus 53, then you say 180 minus. So now here 2 plus 3 are going to get 5, then 4 plus 5 are going to get 9, so I have 95 there. So if you subtract 180 minus 95, you're going to get something like this, 65 degrees. Now, 65, 85. Okay, so now since you have this one, now you can find it for this. So why do we look for this one? So the reason why we looked for this angle is because we need to find one set which is complete. So this set now is complete. So I'm going to use this one and this one. We can't find for this one if all the sets are not complete. So therefore we're going to say sine 42 over QR, or this one comes the other way around, then is equal to sine 85 over 16.1. Then you cross multiply. So from there now, you will say sine 85 QR is equal to sine 42 by 16.1. Therefore, if you divide, you're looking for the QR. So I'm going to divide by sine 85, then there also sine 85. Then you cancel. So remember that whenever you're looking for the side, we don't do shift. Shift only comes when dealing with angles. So we're going to say sine 42, you multiply by 16.1. Sine 42 multiplied by 16.1, yes. Then the answer, then you divide by sine. Don't forget to put sine 85. So our answer, so QR will give us 10 point, round off 10.8 meters. So that's 5 marks. So that is the first principle which they use whenever they are talking about the cosine rule. So cosine rule is used in two ways. When two angles are given with one side, or two sides with one angle, then you're going to do that one. Then the questions that follows are the same questions which we refer to. So the questions that follows, you're going to find that they'll ask you to find the area of a triangle. So area of a triangle. Now the area of a triangle, what they mean is the area of the entire total triangle. So the best way is to do something like this. When they say the area of a triangle, PQR, they are referring to this entire part. Don't say because Q is on the middle, then the angle are going to get Q. Sometimes it cannot come out like that. So the principle to understand is that whenever you're finding area, that angle must have two sides. That angle must have two sides. So if I pick this angle, why am I picking this angle? This angle, it has this side and that side. I cannot pick this angle because this angle, it has this side, but it is missing this side. Then also, if I pick this angle, it has this side, but again, it is missing this side. So, for me to pick the angle, it must have two sides between, the angle must be between two sides. So therefore, we'll say area is equal to what? Area is equal to 1 over 2 AB sine theta. So AB, these are just letters I've picked to represent two sides. If I want, I can say PQ by QR, or since I know that this Q, this R represents this one, then I can say R by, then this one is P by P. So 1 over 2, you multiply by, so I have 16.1, then the answer we found there was 10.8. Then multiply by sine, then this angle, which is 53 degrees. Then you get your calculates, then you punch the way they are. 1, you divide by 2, you multiply by 16.1, you multiply by 10.8, you multiply by sine 53. So our area is 63.4 meter squared. So area has a square. area as a square. So that is how we do that type of calculation. Then, so area will be there tomorrow. The simple thing to understand is that the angle we're going to pick must have two sides on each side. The angle we're going to pick, that's all. After you find area, there will be this question which will follow. It will say, shortest distance. So shortest distance from R to PQ. Shortest distance from R to PQ. So this one also, you need to read up to the last. So coming from R going to PQ. So it's our R is here, going to PQ. So here. Instead of moving from here, you go here, then you come here. Or from here, you come here, then you go here. Just move like this. Then the shortest distance, the answer we're going to find must be always be smaller than this length, and this length. So we'll say the shortcut, of course, you know that SD is equal to 2 times area over base. 2 times area over B. So here, no issue. The next thing to do is listen now. You have this one, you have this one. So just multiply to say 2, you multiply by your area which you found. So 0.4 over base. Base, there is no issue here. Base is where you are going. So from R2. So this is our base now. Then you get your 16.1. Punch them direct on a calculator. The answer going to get must be the shortest distance. So this question, we have 2 marks, then we also have 2 marks. Then this one had 4 marks. So 4 plus 4, we have 8. So the last 4 marks will come from something else again. So we'll do something like this. There's a simplify. So before you look at Tama quadrants, let me do this one. So there is simplify for 2 marks. Or you have x to the power 3, then minus 9x over x plus 3. So the thing here is this. This one, which have been given here, they are telling you to say, make this one on top, one part must be like this, the other part must be like this, but must have a negative. So this is your leakage now. They have leaked your answer. So if you know, it will help you. You just say now, okay, since I have this one, how can I make this one now to be, how can I make this one to be like this one, and then the other one to be like this one, but with a negative. You are going to factorize. You look at what is common here. So x is common, open bracket. You have x squared. So if you pick one x out, it is here. Then you remain with 2 here. Minus. Then this x is out. You have 9. Then over x plus 3. So something is coming up now. Then from here, don't worry. You just say, okay, I have x. Okay. So I have x, open bracket. The difference of 2 squares make this number to come twice to give you 9. So of course you have x to the power 2 minus 3 to the power 2. Then over x plus 3. Therefore, x, you get 1x, it is here. Then minus this one, you get 1 3 there, it is here. Then you close. Then again you open. The x which remained here, you put it here. Then since you have a minus here, put a plus here. Then you put a 3. Then we do like this. Then you say x plus 3. So I have made now, from this, I have made this one. So this and this, they are common. So they will go. Common manners go. What do we remain with? Then we remain with x open bracket, x minus 3. So that is our answer. So that's the criteria on this part. First you factorize, then you do the difference of two squares. The numbers are going, they will make sure that they are going to give you a number which have a perfect square. They can give you 25, 144, 169, 49, all those numbers that have the same number which can be multiplied to get this one. So that is how we do this. So this is also, so now we have 10 marks. Very easy, with your heart inside your chambers, you are doing fine. Now, let's look at this one. Solve the equation. So solve the equation. Solve the equation. So solve the equation. 6 sine theta is equal to -3. Then the range is for 180 degrees less than or equal to theta less than or equal to 360 degrees. Alright, so that's also 2 marks. So let's do like this. So this is the range. We are looking for the angle. So we'll say sine theta is equal to -3/6. We divide by 6, we divide by 6. So here's what you have. So sine theta is equal to, so if you divide, this is paper 2, I will calculate. So -3 divided by 6, 0.5. So I have -0.5. So theta is equal to sine inverse -0.5. So this answer now, you do shift, then you do sine. If there is cos, you do cos. If you tan, you do tan. What are you getting? You're getting 30. So I'm getting angle. There is no angle with the negative. All angles are positive, unless otherwise. So I have 30. So this 30, then I'm going to talk about the quadrants. So first, second, third, and fourth. So 0/360. So the quadrant, all the angles sine, cos, tan are positive. Then you have 90. So this angle in the first quadrant, you have 90. So first quad, our answer is 90. Now let's look at this one. Where can we see where in the quadrant is sine negative? So in the second quadrant, sine is what? Sine is positive. So here the sine is positive, then the cos is negative, the tan is negative. Here the tan is positive, sine negative, cos negative. Here the cos is positive, tan negative, sine negative. So that's what we looked at last time. So we will find that our answer will come from this and that. So what do we do? So fourth quadrant, we'll say 360 minus 30, which is equal to 300 degrees. Then in the third quadrant, third quad, here I have 270. So I'm going to say 270 minus 30, which is equal to 240 degrees. So that is it. So these, a triangle, its area, triangle, its shortest distance. The questions are the same. The only part which they twist is on the first one, either to find the angle or you find the length. Alright, so on the sine law, we are done. So let's look for another question which will help us to look for the cosine, on the cosine, sine rule. Yeah, sine rule and cosine rule. So just follow the way I'm doing and perfect your work. Calculator is a machine, it can make you to fail, so be familiar with it. This one, I don't know the one which came by GC, another one, but I'll look for it, I have the question. The other question, which may give us issues, it is this kind of a question. So we have 1 kilometer, we have 2.5 kilometer, we have 2.8 kilometers. Okay. Alright, we're able to see. Okay, so from here, when you see something like this, now I'll be faster so that we cover a lot within specific time. So this one, we have what you call cosine, no? We have what you call a squared is equal to b squared plus c squared minus 2, then bc, then cos theta, or others say cos a, the capital letter. This small letter, that's the capital letter. So this is the formula. Now, when I've been given like this one, we don't use this. So I'll combine the expression here. I'll combine. When you have been given this one, we don't use, this one is not applicable here. In short, when all the three sides have been given, you're looking for the cos A. So I'm going to make cos A the subject of the formula. Therefore, to make it, we'll say negative 2, 2bc, I'll shift from this negative 2bc cos will come this side. Negative 2bc cos will come this side. So this negative will become positive. So then I'll say cos theta equals now this one. Then bc. So I have b squared plus c squared. Then this a will come the other side. Then a squared. Then I want to remain with cos q, so I will divide by 2bc. I'll also divide by 2bc. So I cancel these. You see? You see how simple it is going? So don't worry. So we remain with cos theta is equal to what? So at this point now, there's nothing like you are going to get it wrong. Just okay, 2b squared plus c squared minus a squared over 2bc. So that's the formula I'm going to use to solve this one. The other way, there's what you call, in an exam, you need to be thinking in this way. You need to have a Crook's law should be in you. So when you have been given something like this, then you don't want to pass through this. How can you crook the formula? So the formula can be crooked like this. In fact, it could be done not crooked, in fact, it can, because it is correct. If you know, the biggest number, the largest number here must be on the left, on the far side with a negative. Therefore, if you have a, so it is 2.5, 2.8. So if you have a, so this one, the largest number must have the biggest angle. That's how it's going to be. So in this way now, you need to add these two small numbers. Then you subtract from this. Then you divide by these two. That's the thing. So for example, they are saying, calculate angle ABC. Okay? So therefore, angle ABC. You understand the so angle ABC. The angle is on the middle. So you're looking for the angle ABC. So I'm going to say now, since you're looking for the angle ABC, this one, looking for this angle. So the angle you're looking for, each side must be on the left, on the far with a negative. Then, so if this one will have on the far with a negative, then you add these two. The same two you have added, multiply them and divide. So this is the scenario now. So I'm going to add this and this, this and this, subtract by this one. Then I'm going to divide by this and this. That's the criteria. So in an exam, if they said look for the calculate angle, let's say angle ACB. So ACB like this, meaning that each side is this. So you add this and this, then subtract this one. So this one should be there. Then again, you divide by this and that. So that is the way we do it in mathematics. Crookes rule. Therefore, let's follow the procedure now. Since you have that one. So we'll say 1 squared plus 2.5 squared minus 2.8 squared. It's always that you're going to subtract the biggest number, the biggest number is. So biggest number must be subtracted. Then you divide by 2. So 1 you multiply by, so 2 you multiply by 1, which is this one, you multiply by 2.5. 2.5. That's what you have. Therefore, we will say, open bracket, 1 close square, plus open 2.5, close you square, minus open 2.8, close you square. Then you're going to get negative 0.59. So those are my numbers on top. Then you come downwards. 2 by 2.5 times 1 is not 5. So 2 multiplied by 2.5. 2.5 times 1. So it's 5. 5. You get it? Then from here, my markers are giving me problems now. So from here, so you just say now, okay, neg 0.59, neg 0.59, you divide by 5. What are we getting? So I get now neg 0.118. So this is what you call cos theta. Therefore, our angle theta is equal to cos inverse negative 0.118. So don't cancel anything on this calculate. So what you have now on this calculate, just do shift and the power has gone, too bad, cos. Then you're going to have 98, you're going to get 96.8 around of. Power has gone, so 96.8 degrees. You round off angle to 1 degree. So that is the angle which you have. Let me check the light. So this is how we do it. Then we are going to say area of a triangle ABC, shortest distance, then simplify. So these things are very simple, how to simplify and how to do. So the same principle of area of a triangle, we said the formula must be area of a triangle is equal to half, then you get the letters. So we have this, so this angle. So we can say now A times then C, then sine theta, where I will say half 1 by 2.5 by sine 96.8. Whatever you get will be your area. Then say shortest distance is equal to 2 by area over base. So whatever you're going to get, you have this area times 2 over base. So from where? Around B to AC. So B to AC. So this one. So 2 by 96.8 over 2.8. Whatever you're going to get will be your answer. Then in terms of sign, in terms of quadrants, you do as I did. If you don't know anything on quadrant, please just send a message. When you send a message, we can do it. We can do it. Okay, people, so that is the other part. Then the other part, let me explain using the same things I have. Let me just remove this side. Then I'll put 96.8 here as my angle. Then if they ask me to find angle, let's say find angle is angle, which angle, or find the length BC. So if I'm looking for the length BC, so the length BC in this case, BC, since I have this angle and it has two sides, have this angle and have two sides. Don't confuse this one with the sine rule, because under sine rule we need to have angle and each side, then one side, then find for the other angle. But in this case we have this angle, there's no side, we have this side, no angle, this side, no angle. So I'm going to use what you call cosine rule, where I will say now, since I'm looking for BC, so BC is being presented by small letter A, then B, then C. So I'll just say A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared minus 2BC, then cos A. So this one now can be applicable there. So this one now will say, okay, I have something like that, okay, no problem. Then I'm going to say, where is my A is the one I'm looking for. Where is my B? My B is 2.8. So 2.8 squared plus, then my C is 1. So 1 squared minus 2 times 2.8 times 1, then cos the angle now, which is 96.8 degrees. Okay, then from here, A squared there. So I'll use a calculate, but me, I would rather, or I encourage someone to do something like this. So you first deal with this part, since they have given you 5 marks. Since it is 5 marks, so I will encourage you to do something like this. So open bracket 2.8, then square, then plus, open bracket 1, of course. So let me just remove this part, because my answer will be the same. So that 1 plus 1. So 7.84 plus 1. I'm getting 8.84. So 8.84 minus. Now, be careful here. I'll also get the entire negative sign to punch, so that I get a positive number. If you just say 2 times 2.8 times whatever there, you're going to get a negative. Negative times negative, you're going to get a positive. So get with a negative, so to get a positive. So negative 2 times 2.5, 2.8 times 1 times cos 96.8. So the answer which is giving me is something like, so positive 0.66, okay, 306, then 2 would carry there. So I'll add that number plus 8.84. I'm getting, so A squared is equal to 9.503 3062, then 2223. Then to do square root, so square and square root goes. So my A is equal to what? So answer square root. Okay, so square root of 9.50 9.5030 so 62222 then 3. So my answer is 3.08 kilometers. That is the way to do. That is the way to do. So first you deal with this part, you write it, then you deal with this part, you write, then you add your answer, then you do the square root so that you can get rid of this one. So that is how it is. So they're going to give you 5 marks. Then the next question will be the area of a triangle, shortest distance, simplify, and the quadrant. So basically that's what we look at normally whenever we're dealing with trigonometry. That's what we focus on much. Then if any question is confusing you, under trig, long time trig used to come with a bearing. Now they don't do that since 2016. If it can come tomorrow, that will be latest now again. So the only part they manipulate people is on the triangle. That's all. That's the only part. Again, x, y, z. This one maybe sometimes it may not come the way it was here. Let's say if I have 70 degrees, I have 60 degrees, then I have 4.7, then 10.2. Let's say meters. I don't have here. Then they say find the length x, z. So the only possible way to find the length xz is by adding these two. We are going to get 130. So 130 minus 180, I'm going to get 50. So if I have 50 here now, I can use either this one or sine rule, because I have this, I have this, I have this. So this, I'll place it there, then these two will be here. Then I can look for x, z. Or since this set and this set is this one is a full set, then this one can be used to say sine A is equal to sine B, or get the letters given, over A over B. This and this can come here, then this will come here, you look for B. So two sides, two formula can be used to find that one. So basically that's what we look at under trigonometry. Okay, so trig, we have looked at trig. Let's look at calculus. How many minutes have I used now? 40. Okay, let me save this video, then I come to calculus. Calculus will be on its own. Okay, so the next thing we're going to look at calculus. We look at integration and differentiation. The integral parts and the derivative parts. So we'll look at both parts so that we can move on very fast. So let me share that one first.